Under Erdogan's rule, the Turkish economic trajectory has been described as a rising star to a falling meteorite. Well, the AKP have regained a majority, and Roxana Hulea joins us to discuss what's next for Turkey. So, Roxana, analysts say Erdogan and his loyalists may resume pressure on the CBRT to keep interest rates low, even as the inflation misses the target. Today's data did show CPI rising again to 155%, but what did you make of the suggestion that instead of stability, the centralization of power threatens to send investors fleeing from Turkish assets once again?
Yeah, well, concerns over independent monetary policy making under the AKP rule is certainly one of the things ourselves and certainly other analysts are most weary about. And we see no reasons to believe that this AKP mandate will be any different, actually. So this morning already the local media is rushing to report efforts to amend CBRT's mandate to include growth and stability targets and the central bank's mandate. It's no news, actually. Also intentions of higher collaborations with the Ministry of Economy and so forth. So in my view, this will certainly displease the investors. Keep in mind that as much as $2 billion worth of inflows into local bond markets have not only targeted attractive valuations in Turkey, but also relied on hopes that coalition government would give more room for maneuver for the CBRT. So I'm not as confident about the monetary policy outlook going forward.
The key weakness of the Turkish economy has been a chronic current account deficit. Now, there is belief President Erdogan will not stop, and his recent victory opens the gates for very important and market-challenging political decisions. But will he deliver?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. There is very little clarity to whether anything will change in terms of the growth narrative in Turkey with respect to previous mandates of the AKP party. So motivating Turkey to move away from the high correlation between current account deficits and GDP growth. So to me, AKP this time has an unexpected opportunity to reclaim its proactive reformer statute that it has had before to make fast progress on their 1,000 plus action lists, and then which they have already launched in 25 key areas, all meant to promote domestic investment in FDI. But so far the jury is out, and certainly what has transpired in the media so far has nothing to do with the AKP's ambitions in terms of structural reforms, but rather a lot of focus on how to push closer to executive presidency, which is surprising. So to me, a lot hinges on the Prime Minister, on Prime Minister Davutoğlu's political will and who he chooses on board for his team.
Social unrest remains a real issue, but close to 2 million desperate refugees are believed to have ended up in Turkey. And if Erdogan and his party handle the situation with care, might this be the boost to international relations Turkey needs?
Yeah, you're certainly right about that. Prime Minister Davutoğlu has definitely made some progress there, but yet has capitalized on the migrant issue to catch up in terms of the EU negotiation process. But nonetheless, in all fairness, Turkey's succession pace remains that of a snail, and will remain so probably for the foreseeable future. It's certainly a good anchor for Turkey's democratic values, but it remains to be seen how much progress there can be done by the new AKP rule to mend them.
And lastly, Roxana, the Turkish lira is surrendering part of yesterday's string gains, taking dollar TRY to the vicinity of 283. But what is your outlook for this pair moving forward?
Yeah, so our current outlook for the lira is to depreciate close to 320, but a more realistic forecast under the current political developments is perhaps closer to 2.9, assuming the Fed goes ahead and hikes in December, and that's our in-house scenario. And also assuming that the CBRT follows suit and delivers a symbolic narrowing of the corridor.
Roxana, thank you. Well, viewers, for more currency outlooks, click back for tomorrow's forecasts. For me and for now though, it's goodbye.